there's an Oscar Wilde, this is paraphrasing it, but there's an Oscar Wilde said something to the effect that if you want a man to tell the truth, give him a mask. There's something about, I don't think it's men in particular, but there's something about that. And he was an actor, so I think he was talking about persona and, you know, how we sort of hide behind a role or give us a role and we can... I haven't really thought it all through yet, but the quote intrigues me. So let's see what we got. Yeah, okay. King of Pentacles. That's the authentic self. You know, oops, we got a second one here. What is it? Okay, Three of Pentacles. This is in Pentacles energy. Pentacles refer to real and present and 3D. You know, someone who's giving, someone of great value, but they're also a caretaker, a helper. They share resources. Three of Pentacles. That's kind of a share resources card. In Pentacles energy, again, building something in 3D, from each according to their ability, to each according to their need. You know, when three people cooperate, what they build is stronger. Here it's a church, which is sort of interesting. You know, maybe building a spiritual space together. A lot of earth energy here. You know, this isn't, it may be about esoteric stuff. Something just blinked. It may be about esoteric stuff, but it has an expression in our everyday lives. Okay, this. Ten of Cups. Sort of looks like lovers. You know, we've got these two apparent opposites, male, female, black, white, yin, yang. Yin yang symbol is often, it's a circle, and one side is white with a black dot, and the other side is black with a white dot. You get a kind of balance when you put the two together. Ten of Cups is a card of feelings and connection, and, you know, this is kind of a really good match. Both people feeling loved. So it may be a King of Pentacles building a relationship with somebody in real terms. It's Cups energy, so it's, you know, it's love, it's connection, it's mutual. It's more than mutual affection. It's like meeting your match. And we don't have one match, you know, but it's matching up with somebody, a reciprocal feelings. Knight of Cups. Knights are about movement, love on the move. Hermit. Also earth energy, card of Virgo, which can be considered a card of the single person. It's a 9 in Major Arcana, and that's, you know, 9s often refer to the individual. Somebody who's looking inside themselves. It can be a card of the teacher, you know, the person who's on a personal quest where they find the answers inside. Queen of Wands, under 10 of Cups. Queen of Wands is highly intuitive, is a seer. Can manifest things, can bring things toward them. Love on the move. And I started off with the man with the mask. This isn't the man with the mask. This is a what you see is what you get energy. On Knight of Cups, we have, 2 of Cups. So we have 2 of Cups, Knight of Cups, 10 of Cups. Again, that's got the 2 figures. In water energy. Somebody may be on the move. Well, let's get a few more. It's like the dynamic could go any number of ways, but it's really positive. There's a card of cooperation, kind of the highest expression of love. Tell us about Queen of Wands, please. Star card. Card of Aquarius. Kind of higher knowledge, higher perspective. Another major arcana card. I've never quite understood what's in the background here. Now it looks to me to be wings. Like somebody's unfolding their wings. Maybe so they can ascend to that higher perspective, that clarity about who we love, who somebody loves. They're taking some kind of action toward this sort of relationship. 2 of Cups, 10 of Cups. King of Pentacles is known for being present in 3D. 3 of Pentacles in 3D. Pentacles speak to what's tangible this lifetime. Something grounded and real. It is looking very good here. Tell us about the King of Pentacles, please. Who is this person? Good grief. Okay. We have Lovers. Two of Cups. And in both cards, it shows 2 women in 2 of Cups, 2 men in Lovers. Just noting that could be a same-sex couple. 2 people who reconcile apparent opposites. Lovers is also a card of choice. And here above these Lovers is it looks to be 2 falcons or 2 they look kind of angry. But maybe it's some sort of, mating ritual. because everything else in the card is soft and gentle. There's a butterfly. There's a flower that looks awfully like this flower. This is air energy. Like Aquarius, this is a card of Gemini, the twins. Tell us about Ten of Cups. Six of Wands. That's a card of victory and having done something. Wands are do-it energy. They're also intuitive and directional. Intuitive. Directional. Queen of Wands, drawing things to themselves. Manifesting, it looks like a very high vibrational relationship. Yeah, I don't see trouble here, and I don't see masks. On Hermit, Three of Wands. Again, a card of manifestation. What's coming into me? What have I done to bring this thing in? They're not quite there yet, but they're on their way, Wands energy. And this person can see it from here. That's on Hermit. There may have been some kind of inner soul searching, because Hermit is a highly spiritual card. Some sort of soul searching that leads to this kind of search or outlook or reasonable expectation that something is going to come in. Three of Wands, Three of Pentacles is 6, which in Major Arcana is Lovers. We also have this Six of Wands card of victory. Okay. On Three of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles. To me, it's a card of being out in the cold or abandoned. But see this, it's almost like this person looks very young, like inner child, and moreover, they have a baby on their back. Along with the card of 3D cooperation. I think that some situation has really shifted, because Five of Pentacles indicate change or a need for change. So there may have been a major shift from feeling by yourself, somebody felt by themselves and abandoned, to this full-on embrace. We're not identical, but I'll keep you warm. I love you anyway. We love each other. We've accomplished this. Six of Wands, we've done something that brought us together. Six of Wands, 6 in Major Arcana, Lovers. And it's been perhaps manifested, Three of Wands, from the deep core self, because somebody had great self-knowledge, had gone on a search for self and found the other person. King of Coins appears to have made the choice. Lovers can be a card of choice. Which one? The one I love. That's which one. Tell us about the mask. Ace of Swords. In the sword energy of Lovers and Aquarius and Star card. That's a new way of thinking about something, or a new way of looking at something, a new way of understanding sword energy of oneself. Aces can speak to the self. I understand myself in sword energy, so I understand the other person. Lovers, sword energy. Virgo, Hermit card, I know myself, my true self. And that Oscar Wilde quote, it was something like, if you want somebody to show you their true self, give them a mask. Hermit card, true self, core self. So what is this truth, this clarity, this new idea or new perspective? Page of Coins. Again, with the earth energy. It can be an offer. How about this? I can give this much. Pages usually indicate a small energy, but also a youthful energy. And here we have this inner child, or it might be, could be working with a child. But there's all this grown-up coupling here, so I think it's something that's at the beginning. Maybe inner child work. Pentacles can speak to work. And the work involves, cooperation. Maybe both parties have to look deep inside. Hermit energy. And they can't, for some reason, do it together. They both have to, come in grounded and authentic. In order to do this. Having done the inner child work. So neither person is needy. Five of Pentacles. They're ready to cooperate. They have a lot to give. King of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles. It may look small at first, but it's a building block. It's a place to begin. That youthful energy. This is Three of Cups. That's a card of happiness and celebration and, sharing affection, sharing love. We have Two of Cups, Three of Cups. It's almost as if the love is expanding. And I got the image of somebody, expanding, taking a big breath, the heart just, the heart getting bigger. Two of Cups, Three of Cups, Ten of Cups, I'll say. Bigger, brighter. And I think it's interesting that this is an earth energy card, and pentacles often have that shape. But they look a lot like stars. Star card is on the board. Something bigger than 3D. Bigger isn't the right word, but it's another strata, it's another level. There may be something leveling up here. But a lot of love comes in, and it may be self-love in part, because, inner child work involves kind of embracing the child that was neglected, maybe. Everything seems to be gathering around that inner child to support it, love it, elevate it. Both parties have done inner child work so that they're able to come together. Is there anything else? One more? This one? Knight of Wands. It can be an impulsive card or somebody driven by passion. They're on the move. They may be a little bit immature. It can have that tinge sometimes. But if that's the case, they've really grown. All this Pentacles energy, from Knight of Wands to King of Pentacles. One more? Oh, mama. Devil card. Card of Capricorn. Earth energy. And to my mind, working hard to free yourself from what holds you back. To free yourself. This life force energy moving forward and moving forward fast from some kind of stuck place in Pentacles energy. Maybe a lack of self-worth. One more. Chariot. Well, moving on from that, the Psyche says, let's go. We're ready to feel something bigger and better than lack of self-worth or being stuck and in a toxic relationship or, with some kind of addiction. That perhaps we were trying to make up for our lack of self-worth. And addiction can mean anything that you're dependent on outside yourself, to bolster your feeling of self-worth. Like to fill in the gaps. To reach for something external, thinking that will make it better, that will empower you. And it doesn't. It weakens us ultimately. But Chariot is a card of Cancer. In water energy, balanced forward movement. There are all these cards here of the two, of balance. Balanced relationships, equal give and take. In water energy, right? In Cups energy, like the Chariot, Cancer. It's like turning in the right direction, leaning in, turning toward the light. Orienting somehow toward the light. Wands energy, toward the light. Manifesting something successfully. I think that's it, guys. We have on the board Gemini and the Lovers, Virgo and the Hermit, which are both sides, the self and the other. And we don't have to choose between the two. Clearly we don't have to choose between, I'll love this but not that, even though this is a card of choice. It may be a choice between two people, but it's not a choice, do I love myself or do I love the other person? It's inclusive. And somebody's done a kind of shadow work, to get out of this. Devil energy, shadow energy, earth energy, and here is the sort of equivalent in earth energy. I'm not enough. Whoever thought they were not enough, that's that turn. Because this one knows their worth and recognizes the worth in the other person. We're both of value. And there's something interdependent, not codependent going on here. Interdependent. 2 of Cups, 10 of Cups, Lovers. And I got distracted. Did I miss anything? Virgo, Aquarius, Capricorn, Cancer, Gemini, great reading. The guides are leading you in the right direction, leading us. Aquarius is a card of the collective. And this implies both parties to me, the two sides, the balance between the two emotionally. In water energy, between the two, emotionally. The chariot being guided. Yeah, there's really nothing not to love about this. And this is a fast-moving energy of emotional balance, away from this, which can be a card of extremes. An obsession, And the inverse of this. In traditional Rider-Waite, the two cards look very much the same, only it's the flip side. It's the shadow side. And here we're, all this Wands energy, we're lit up. We're lit up. I'll see you next time.